What's happening, fellas? Hey man, I got some goodies on the workbench. It's diaphragm pumps, roof pumps, liquid fertilizer pumps. Man, that's what it boils down to. Kind of excited to get to working on that. Haven't had a lot of experience with them in the past, but really looking forward to working on these. I've got AR60s on the bench, missing the entire manifold. So this would be a good time to build up an AR60 manifold and install it. Let's kind of see how hard is that. I don't think it can be all that. All these pumps setting up here, albeit hard to tell, they're actually new. This is new old stock where a component may have been robbed off of it. I'm just trying to make them all whole again and make it usable product. So I've got these worked up. I need a couple plugs for this right here. I'll get that coming soon. But these AR60s right here, the entire manifold was borrowed from these two units. So let's build up the components it takes to complete that. When I say manifold, we're talking about this portion, the outlet manifold. This series of plastic fittings that goes together and ties in with this control unit, making the outlet manifold. Of course, you gotta get water in there, so this would be your inlet manifold. That outlet manifold is where I suspect most people are going to have difficulties with it, and I got a feeling this is a component that probably periodically needs to be rebuilt. And if you got to replace one component on it, kind of got to take them all off anyway. So I'm going to do my best to assemble this manifold and get them installed. This being the final product of what we're working on over here, you can see we're missing quite a few components. And I certainly hope that I've got everything on the cart, because today's whiteboard, let me say, I told you I didn't have any experience with this pump as far as working on them. I understand how they work. But I dang sure hadn't looked up any parts for them, and I wasn't familiar with it, and I end up with, man, I got a few little goodies left over, and I don't know if y'all know much about them. You know what those are called? That's now called stock. It's an expensive mistake. You can't make those kind of mistakes. You got to be careful what you order. So I went back, started again. Printed me off a doggone parts breakdown. I can't work from the computer screen. And I've gone down through there, and pardon the light, marked the items I needed. So let's get it put together, and we'll go over these pieces one at a time. I'll put a list of the part numbers and the description of the parts I'm using to build this manifold. And if you know anything about watching this channel, I ain't about looking stuff up for you. I'm all about you learning for yourself, but I had a difficult time, so I kind of hope maybe this helps. This should be all of the components for me to actually assemble the manifold, and I already started putting O-rings on some of these fittings. I'm just going to go ahead and finish putting them on the ones I haven't, and we can get going ahead and building these two manifolds up. I'm going to build one and try and put it on. I'm sure the other one will go very similar. Well, once I got all them O-rings on, I'm ready to slip fit those together. I need a little lubricant. But stop! When I say lubricant, I'm not referring to these guys. This is great for a squeaky door. Let's not use it on this project. White lithium grease. I'm a little extra. I got super. That's what I'm going to use to assemble it with. Got it laid out like it should go. Pay close attention to the little divots where your bolts are going to go, because I mean, I could see somebody putting it together like that. We don't have to get crazy with this grease. We don't want to be stingy either. So I'm going to take a minute and lube every one of these fittings up. with a shot of this grease and stick it together. Now, they push together pretty good. Once I push it together, I don't want to pull it apart. Make sure it's pointing the right way. I just kind of laid it out so I didn't get confused as I was putting it together. And then as I'm putting it together, I'm looking to make sure I'm still going in the right doggone direction. I'm gonna do me a little. I feel more better about that. Oh yeah. I believe if I build it in 2 halves like this, it'll go together. Make sure I don't. Just a little bit of it each time. Oh, that might have been too much. Ah, there we go. Now, that's the better way. I'm gonna get me a little bit of that white lithium on here, and I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna pull these valves out and reseal them. We'll put a little on it too. New pump. I just doesn't mean I don't want to inspect things while it's right there and easy to get to. I want a little something in there because this has been open for a little bit. I want something in there that ain't dried up. Wouldn't you? Also moisten them up a little bit. Wonder if I can install it by putting it here. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, that's the way. Yes, sir. Moisten that one up. Ain't taking much now. Just enough. Sweet. Oh yeah. I'm ready to put that manifold up on here and get me some bolts going. I want to get that thing, each one of them is going to have to be adjusted in and out a little bit to get it up on there. So let's play with it here. It shouldn't take too awful much. I saw a fella do this one time. I don't think I'm far off. Get me a little something. Might help me slide it up on there. Happy with that? I think so. I'm gonna pull my pump over here to this hole. Hold it for me at least on that point. Hey, let's see where we at. Oh, that looks good. And I'm looking really good here with that. I wonder, can I? Oh! That one looks so close right here. I'm trying to get these spaced out where they'll fit. Not the easiest thing ever done. I need a little more space. Them's too close. Here we go. Just going around and bumping it with the palm of my hand, maybe loosening up these joints a little bit where I saw that it needs it until I get them started. I've still got a bit of a gap right there, and we got her knocked up on there pretty good on this side. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna get me some bolts, the right bolts, and I'm just gonna get them started. I'm not gonna pull that head up, try and hold it, stabilize it where it's at, and then we'll bump it on up on there and tighten it down. Now these three here in this inner pattern, that's gonna be that smaller bolt. You got two, a long and a short. We're gonna put the short one here. Of course, after I give it a dollop, everything, my jug about empty now. Come on, get out there. There we go, we got some. See, I'm not pulling these down. Whoop, that's the long bow, I want a short one. After I just said something to y'all about make sure you put the short one in there. I went and tried to put the long one in there, and all I want to do is tighten it, get it started. That's all I'm looking to do. One more. Well, I say I do not tighten them down, and I just kind of run them down a little bit. Long way from being run down. I don't know if that didn't start, it did. And you say I'm not using an impact here. I just want to pull this up. And I'm gonna go around and tap it again until I get it seated before I put the rest of my bolts in. I got the 3 bolts for the inner part of the manifold up here. That's got me secure. It's holding it in place. That's what I need, because there's 2 bolts down here that if before you take them out, if you don't put something in there so you don't lose them, they fall out and they're gone. And guess what? Seeing as how this one was missing the manifold and the other one was also, I gotta go rob me some nuts. And I'll show you how to change it on the job and not lose them. Listen, think of this. I'm looking at, I got 3 chambers. And it looks exactly the same as this on the bottom. You see the square hole? Well, that square nut's gotta go up in there and stay up in there while I get the doggone bolt started. So here's what I'm gonna do. I gotta find me something to poke up in there after I put a nut up in there. I'm gonna use these here air plugs, and I'm gonna wad it up, shove it up in there. Man, I can't get you a shot of what's going on up under there, but I'm gonna show you from the side. Right now, I've got that stage with my them square nuts up in there, and I wanna go and get, well, I want to get something started in them bolts and nuts. I'm going to get them started. Snatch that air plugs out of there. Dude, that is so hard to show you from underneath the side. The cylinder up top is of the same configuration, and I'll just show you here. You can see, I hope you can, down in there you see that square nut. All I'm doing is taking a doggone earplug, shoving it up in there, and then removing the bolt out of the end, and it stays. And it ain't coming out till I pull it out. Well, man, that's fan-doggone-tastic. We got them rascals starting to come together. One little drop will do you, but you ought to at least put the drop on there, boy. And man, I would not grab that impact on this job, not one bit. That one don't feel like it wanted to go in yet. There we go. Everybody started by finger tight except you. Well, you did start, didn't you? Let's see what it, touch. Yeah, it's pulling up. And I'm just taking out the slack now. I'm not pulling it up. I'm just taking the slack out of my bolts here on the head. I'm not pulling it up on the doggone pump at this point. I still want to go around here. I'll take this rubber mallet and I'm gonna kind of bump them right over the top of each one of them valve positions. And that went right up on there. I like that. Give me a minute. Let me run around here and just kind of pull it up or pull the bolts up, not the head. And then we'll go around and torque it. 88 inch-pounds. I'm gonna start with this center. 13 millimeter socket's gonna get the job done for me. And I've got my torque wrench, if you can tell, set at way too low. Let's go to 88 inch-pounds. If you don't know how to set your torque wrench, there are people out there available to do this job for you. I'm gonna work to distribute that. And since these center ones, I'm gonna work with them first. Ain't no playing around. Let's start right here. I'm just gonna do a little at a time until I start coming into the torque spec that they called for, which is 88 inch-pounds. My goodness. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Listen, we're gonna stop right there with that torque wrench. And so many times I see someone hit their mark, they got torque, they got a clickety-click, and then they go back around again. No, you're done. Put the doggone thing up. That bolt is torqued. Be done. I got my inners. Let's see what we can't do about pulling this outer down a little bit. Oh, we should be feeling somebody snapping here soon. Tell me, am I being too particular? Huh? Would you just salvage them things down with an impact and run on? Yeah, well, I guess if that's what you got, it's what you got. But the instructions say to do this. As far as the torque spec. Hear it? That's my 88 foot-pound coming into place, huh? Right there. We already hit that, and what did I say about you don't hit it again? That manifold worked out real well for me. I'm happy about that. I need to get me some controls up here. I need a regulator up top. Some way to control the flow, control the pressure that it's developing, and where does that get sent to? So once again, a little bit of that super white lithium, not a sponsor. Y'all call them, ask them about why is that. And let's get us some on this, these sealing O-rings here. Now this came as this portion, you can buy every little single component on here, but it was missing all of it, and this comes as a complete component. I'll leave a part number in the description down below. Not to amaze you, but I see it sitting over there, and I believe it'd be an AR part number 47270 for this portion. And get a little slick on there. Man. All right. Let's give her a try. Well, now I like it. Gotta get this clip. Gotta hold that in. Let's see if we can't go ahead and he should just push in. Yes, sir. There we go. What am I missing? Something ain't right. I got my ring in. I got my inlet. This is missing. I guess once again, I didn't order a certain part, so I need to get that. Oh wait, look what I spy right here. This is needed a couple. Now this can be complete. Good old lucky number 13 is donating to 14. Hey, screw him down on there. And I appreciate you sticking around for that little bit of AR60 manifold assembly. My first one. Can you believe that? I think it went pretty good. We're gonna be doing a little testing on these rigs right here. Hopefully real soon. I got these others I'm gonna get put together. This AR60 version, I'm gonna be coupling it up with the engine and trying it. This, although you know it looks a lot like it, this is actually same manufacturer but a different pump. This is an AR45 pump. Guys, I appreciate it. I really like that. That's a Tinker Toy pump, man. I love it. Everything. I like the way everything configures and goes together. I may learn to not like it later on during some testing. I don't know. We'll find out. But right now, I'm liking the opportunity to work on that right there, and it's been a learning opportunity for me too, because yeah, I got some leftover parts I need to do something with. Y'all have a good one. I gotta get rid of them parts.